welcome. Today we are here in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee in the Old Mill District, getting ready to take you guys along with us to
Old Mill Pottery House.
Old Mill Pottery House.
And right away, along with our drinks, we got a full loaf of sourdough bread here, along with some butter. And it's been a long time since we've filmed here, but in our last video we mentioned how all of the salt and pepper shakers, along with the actual plates, are made right next door in the Old Mill Pottery House. All right, here is a look at the menu, including the appetizers, fresh garden salads. Right here are the cafe specials. Fish. Here are the signature sandwiches, along with drinks, burgers, and desserts, as well as the kids menu. Here are the soups, more side dishes, and steaks and chops. And the grilled salmon cakes have arrived.
All right, so I'm about to try the grilled salmon cakes, and they have different kinds of seasoning and everything, and these are grilled rather than fried, and so you can see that nice sear on there. And then also they have they have cracker crumbs in the mix and everything. My mama used to make salmon cakes that she would take green onion and the canned salmon, and she'd like mash that up real good, and she'd crush saltine crackers and throw a little cornmeal in there and maybe a little flour, and then she would just lightly fry them in just a little bit of oil in the skillet, and they were so good with some ketchup or really anything. So I'm gonna check these out. And there's kind of what the middle looks like, just in case you're wondering. Looks like there's all kinds of seasonings in there. I'm gonna try it without the sauce first. That's very good. It's not very fishy or anything like that. Just really good. It just tastes like comfort food. I'm gonna try with the sauce now. This is the dill sauce.
It's like a dill ranch, correct?
Yeah, and it looks like maybe like a sour cream kind of base. That's very good. It's almost like a tzatziki sauce, which is like the Greek version of ranch dressing.
All right, so Jennifer said that these are pretty good, so I'm gonna take my first bite here. Like Jennifer said, there's a lot of good herbs and spices inside. It's got a good sear on the outside. It's crispy on the outside, yet very moist on the inside. It has that good cinnamon taste. I'm gonna try some of this comeback sauce, and haven't smelled it yet, so it's gonna be a complete first when I taste it here. Can't really identify what that is. It's very zesty.
Does it have like ketchup maybe or anything like that, or like is it vinegary? Kind of like a Zaxby sauce?
It's maybe more like a Zaxby sauce, but more of like a mayonnaise based. But there's a zest in there, and I can't quite pinpoint what it is.
Is it horseradish?
Maybe it's horseradish, but it's kind of Thousand Island-y. It's kind of like Thousand Island, but a lot more zest to it. Kind of get you.
Does it have like lemon or anything, or like a
Why don't you taste
garlic?
it and tell us? Remember, I'm just the guy that says the food's good or the food's not good. This is the real cook of our house right here.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I can't pinpoint it.
It's kind of funny. It almost tastes like it has a little bit of cocktail sauce in it.
It does. It's
So,
like
which cocktail is ketchup and horseradish, like prepared horseradish?
it's zesty.
And then it's got like a creamy base as well, which may be mayonnaise. But yeah, it's good.
Let's
I
ask
like
him.
them both, but I prefer the dill one.
Henry, what do you think of the salmon cakes?
It's good. I also like the hot sauce and that sauce.
Which sauce do you like best?
I like both.
You like both? The food has
That's
arrived,
really good.
and Henry got some chicken tenders with fries, and I got the open-faced roast beef, which comes with mashed potatoes and the cinnamon apples. Gentry got the chicken Caesar salad, the grilled chicken Caesar salad, along with a bowl of potato soup. And Jennifer, what did you end up getting?
I got their moonshine pecan chicken, and this is one of their kind of well-known dishes, and it comes with a baked sweet potato and I opted for butter and sour cream instead of the brown sugar and butter. That's another way that I really enjoy eating sweet potatoes, so you'll have to try it sometime if you haven't already. I'm excited to try this. Last time I got this, I don't think it had like a whole lot of sauce or anything like that, but I was like, I gotta try this again. I absolutely love pecans. If you know me, you know that I snack on pecans and almonds and hazelnuts and walnuts kind of throughout the day, like while I'm at work and everything. And so I'm so excited that there's so many pecans on here, and it looks like they drizzled a good amount of the moonshine sauce, which I don't recall it tasting, you know, like moonshine or anything like that. I think it's just kind of like a cooking ingredient in there. It cooks out, so it looks like the chicken is fried very nicely. It's not burnt, and the chicken looks juicy, so let's dig in. So that is so delicious. It's not overly sweet or anything. The pecan taste is so good. Get that nutty taste, and they're kind of like toasted. And then the fried chicken is seasoned perfectly. And you can tell that they also kind of like dipped it in the sauce on the bottom. So you get the sauce on the top and the bottom, which I really, really like that. So it's not dry or anything. And the chicken is really super moist and tender. So I love sweet potatoes, like baked sweet potatoes, and one way I really enjoy it, I do enjoy the traditional way with butter and cinnamon and brown sugar, but lately, I don't know, I've just been really liking this way that a friend of mine had suggested a while back, and that's with just butter and sour cream. It's really, really good. It just brings out the taste of the sweet potato, and it's creamy and just so good. The sweet potato, so good. They baked this really, really, really well, and it's tender and not dried out or anything, and just perfect.
All right, so I'm going to start with the mashed potatoes, then I'm going to go with the open-faced roast beef, and then these are some of my favorite apples, fried apples that I've had at any restaurant. And if you've watched our channel for a while, you know that I order fried apples a lot because I just absolutely love them as a side. But I always kind of compare, how do they compare to the ones here? But it's been a few years since I've tried these, so I'm going to try them and see if they still match up to being my favorite. I'll tell you right now, mashed potatoes have huge lumps in them. They're definitely house-made. Delicious gravy, a very bold taste. Just a little bit of pepper, not too much. And of course you have that sourdough bread right here. It's very tender. Doesn't even need a knife, and I know I'm going to love the gravy because the mashed potatoes were delicious. You know, I have to say, I'm not a big fan of this. The roast beef doesn't taste that great. The gravy is really good. The mashed potatoes are good, but the roast beef is just...
Is it like
just flavorless?
Or, oh.
Well, it's just like it's not seasoned in anything. Like,
okay.
Even Arby's roast beef by itself, like, kind of has like a good, like, marinade. Yeah, this is just not great. But I'm trying the fried apples here.
Wonder if it's maybe not cooked with like the onions and carrots or something. Give it that savory.
In fairness, they do close here at like 8:30, and it's 6 o'clock. But I would imagine that these are like in a big pot that they just scoop out throughout the day. So the apples are a little soggy. There's like no bite to them, but the flavor is still there as being my favorite. I just wish there was a little bit of texture to the actual apples and they weren't so soggy. It's almost like a soup.
Like like applesauce maybe?
Yeah, it's really...
Like homemade applesauce, kind of where it's lumpy.
Yeah, but if I remember last time very clearly, it had a little bit of depth to the actual texture and a little mild crunch. There's just nothing. It's just soft, like it's been in the pot, which is to be expected, but it would be nice if they had a different method of keeping the apples fresh. All right, Gentry, checking in with you. How's the soup and salad?
The salad is really good, and the chicken with it is really good too.
Henry, checking in with you. How's the fries and the chicken tenders?
The chicken, I didn't try the chicken tenders, but the fries are good.
All right, guys. Final bill came out to a grand total after tax and before tip of $87.15. All right, everybody. That was the Pottery House Cafe here in the Old Mill District. Gentry, what'd you think about your meal, buddy?
It
The service was okay, and the soup was cold. That's a real complaint. There, but all in all, have we visited this place?
Yeah, this is the second time we filmed here.
Yeah, I think the other time was better, but
A little better.
Just this time,
How was your salad?
it was good. Yeah.
Okay.
Caesar salad.
All right, with some grilled chicken. And Henry playing in the snow there. Henry, what'd you think about your meal, buddy?
I liked it. I liked it, my chicken, and I also, my favorite is the French fries, and my favorite is honey mustard too. And
Did you like the salmon patty and the bread?
yeah, I liked it.
All right, and Jennifer.
I really enjoyed it. I like that you get a loaf of their fresh bread that they make here as your bread service and everything. That's really good and tasty, and it smells like the bread when you walk in, so I really like that. And the pecan crusted chicken, that was really, really good with the sauce. I couldn't finish it all. Really, I could have done with just the one chicken breast and the sweet potato and would have been just fine. I couldn't even finish all the sweet potato either. But yeah, all in all, very good.
When it comes to my meal, I was a big fan of the salmon patties. They were delicious. The sauces were delicious. The mashed potatoes were outstanding, especially with the gravy. And the cinnamon apples here, even though the apples didn't have that good crunch or bite, not that I like them super crispy, but I like a little bit of texture where I can actually tell I'm biting into an apple, a fried apple. But it was almost like a little soupy. And then the roast beef, open-faced roast beef, I was just not a fan of that. And guys, we thank you so much for joining us here in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, in the Old Mill District at Old Mill Pottery House. We sure to look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Every Day is Saturday.